Season on the line, 4th and 11. Butka looking downfield, throwing, incomplete, broken up at the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is headed to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 Championship game.
There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room. And a good block by Delonzo down the field. And Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. 2-2.
Swung on and miss. Strike 3. St. James Smithtown has done it. They are the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Tournament champions.
Drops back, throws all the way to his right. Has a man down the field, and he's got him! First play of the drive, touchdown, New York Green Wave!
St. Aoki's season on the line. Goal to go from the 2. Kyles looks to run with it. Pitches it to Sip. He grabs it. He's in for the touchdown.
The final 25, and they're neck and neck. Kane looks like they have just a dash of a lead. Salisbury taking first. What a race. Live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York, PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into week-long coverage of the 10 and under Eastern Regional Softball Championship Tournament. 22 total games, welcome parade, skills competition spread over 5 days here on Staten Island, where one team will emerge as Eastern Region champs in this 10U division. Today, we present to you the 5th and final game of today, the final game of pool play, and it will be the winner's bracket game in the New England division. It will feature the team from Connecticut, Milford Little League, taking on the team from Massachusetts, Jesse Burkett Little League, who will be represented as the home team here today. You see their records on your screen. Connecticut is in the winner's bracket with a 2-0 record. Jesse Burkett comes in with a record of 1-1. They would have to beat Connecticut twice to earn the number 1 seed starting tomorrow's playoff round, if you will. So, despite this being a bracket game, it's not necessarily an elimination game. This is just to determine the seeding for tomorrow's playoff. So if Connecticut wins this game, they are the number 1 seed. Massachusetts is the number 2 seed. And the final team in this bracket, the team from Vermont, would be the number 3 seed. Now, if Massachusetts wins this game, then these two teams would play again tomorrow to determine who the number 1 seed is. And then it'll be the number 2 versus the number 3 seed tomorrow to start the playoffs before Wednesday's championship. We'll talk about the weather and all of that as well and how that might impact things. As we learn that information, we will relay it over to you. The lineups are being introduced now, so we will do the same for you. For the Connecticut team, the team from Milford Little League, they will line up as follows. Batting first and catching, number 4, Reagan Gill. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 3, Sadie Dubin. Batting third and playing third base, number 22, Quinn Tierney. Batting fourth and pitching, Kinsky Persico, wearing number 30. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 11, Allie DeSantis. Batting sixth is the center fielder, number 12, Aurora Hinden. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 13, Maddie Thenis. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 2, Hannah Whalen. Batting ninth, one of the 3 extra hitters, number 16, Mackenzie Monaco. Batting 10th, the second of the 3 extra hitters, number 27, Mackenzie Faust. Batting 11th, the second baseman, number 24, Michaela Rodriguez. And batting 12th, the final extra hitter, number 15, Lily Bennett. And once again, Connecticut, despite their 2-0 record, they are the visiting team in this game. As for Team Massachusetts, represented by Jesse Burkett, here they are the home team. They're coming off a thrilling win a little bit earlier this morning/afternoon. They will go with a lineup as follows. Batting first is the first baseman, number 19, Emily Morrissey. Batting second is the shortstop for this game, number 25, Brianna Grant, who pitched a great game at 11:30. Batting third is the pitcher this time around, number 22, Izzy Biondo. Batting fourth is the catcher, number 5, Rose Becker. Batting fifth is the third baseman, number 13, Kaylee Brazil. Batting sixth is the second baseman, number 30, Ashley Ingalls. Batting seventh is the extra hitter, one of 3 in the lineup, number 4, Madeline Morrissey. Batting 8th, the center fielder, number 1, Madeline Kozlowski. Batting 9th is the right fielder, number 3, Clara Leahy. Batting 10th is the left fielder, number 11, Abriana Gonzalez. Batting 11th is the extra hitter, the second one in the lineup, number 7, Flora Pacheco. And batting 12th is the third extra hitter, number 10, Avery Boudreau. So those are your lineups for this game. And again, Connecticut win in this one as the visiting team, and they have locked up the number 1 seed. And then tomorrow will be only one game in the New England bracket. It'll be the 2 versus 3 game. And the winner of that game will face the top seed on Wednesday for the New England Championship. And then the winner of that game on Wednesday will battle for the Eastern Regional Championship with the winner from the Mid-Atlantic as well. Now, earlier on the field behind us, Pennsylvania and Bullskin scored a big victory over Great Kills and the team from New York. So Pennsylvania has locked up the number 1 seed in the Mid-Atlantic, and the New York team from Great Kills are the number 2 seed. New Jersey finished as the number 3 seed, Maryland the number 4, and over in the 5th and 6th it was Delaware finishing 5th and Washington, D.C. finishing 6th. So we're going to go off headset for just a moment while they play our nation's anthem, and after that we'll get ready for first pitch here live from Great Kills. It's Connecticut and Milford Little League battling Massachusetts and Jesse Burkett Little League coming up after the anthem. Okay, we are just about set to go here as we are getting ready for first pitch. It will be Connecticut Milford taking their turn up at bat first here in the top of the first inning after 2 wins yesterday, including a 13-2 win over this Jesse Burkett team in the opening game of New England competition. Pixar. All right, we'll be joined by Joe Calabrese in just a moment. We want to get our control panel all set up and ready to go. All right, looks like we are set. Let's get that up there. All right, Joe, welcome to the broadcast here. I'll fill you in on some of the things that we spoke about in the pregame. There wasn't much, but of course, the winner of this game will, well, depending what happens in this game, we'll go over scenarios. But Jesse Burkett Little League, which is on the field now, they are the home team. They won their last game on this field just moments ago to earn their way into this game with the team from Connecticut, Milford, which will take their packs in just a moment here to the top of the first inning. But the way it works is Connecticut right now has 2 wins, and if they win this game, they lock up the number 1 seed for the playoffs. If Massachusetts wins this game, then these 2 teams will play again tomorrow afternoon to determine who the 1 seed is, because it's a double elimination 1 seed bracket. And once the seeding is determined, then the playoffs will begin. 2 versus 3, 1 gets the bye, and then that's how they'll match up later on. But it was a thrilling win for Massachusetts in that game. They won at the plate with an out that was called on an attempt to take home to tie the game. And the final score was 2-1 in favor of Massachusetts. And Reagan Gill, Sadie Dubin, and Quinn Tierney are the first 3 batters in the order for Milford Little League representing the state of Connecticut. And they will face Izzy Biondo, who played catcher for the game that was played at 11:30. And the pitch comes in, and it's a swing and a miss for Gill to start this game. And the count 0-1.
Good recap. I'm settled in over here.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry, we had your mic muted for a second.
Now they can hear me.
There you go.
Now I can hear myself. No, we're good. That was a great introduction. Thanks for catching me up.
Yep.
Should be a good one here. We had a good one over there on the other field.
Meanwhile, the 0-2, and that skips behind Gill for ball 1. And, right, we should mention that Joe, your partner, John McCooch, were at the other field taking care of 2 Mid-Atlantic games on your side.
He has since left. He said,
Yep.
take care.
I'll catch up with him later. There's a pop in foul territory, but that's going to trail outside the park, and that makes it, it keeps it steady at 1 and 2. But yeah, we wrapped up the Mid-Atlantic. I also gave the folks here at home a recap of the Mid-Atlantic and how the seedings will go there, 1 through 6. So that playoff field is set as Biondo delivers high for ball 2, 2 and 2. And so that game was also in a lightning delay. Your 6th inning got delayed, and that's why you're late arriving here. But filled in the folks at home that's the reason why we're underway a little late, as that's a sharp hit ball to the hole in short. No play to be made there. Great job by Grant just to kind of knock that one down. But that'll be an infield base hit by Reagan Gill to get us started here. And Connecticut has their first base runner on for Sadie Dubin.
So we watched this Milford, Connecticut team yesterday. I have the lineup sheet from yesterday today.
Oh, okay.
Can't imagine there are that many changes. They went 2 straight games with predominantly the same lineup in the same order, slightly different positioning. So,
well, in between innings, I'll make copies of mine for you. I don't know where mine went, actually, but they're somewhere lying around. And that one dribbles behind the batter, Dubin, and that will allow Gill to take second base easily here. And the count will be 2-0, hitters count here for Sadie Dubin. Delivery from Biondo. That is high and wide. The runner going to third. The throw will be made. Actually hits Gill on the way in, but Gill will take third via the wild pitch, and there'll be a 3-0 pitch upcoming here to the batter, Sadie Dubin.
So just like that, 2 pitches that don't reach the mark. The runner goes from first to second and third. Early scoring opportunity here for Milford.
And ducking out of the way of that one below the knees, and Dubin will reach via the walk. So Gill at third, and Dubin now at first. Still nobody out here, and it will be Quinn Tierney, the third baseman.
Now batting. Third base number 22, Quinn Tierney.
Still nobody out here, obviously, with the third batter up, and that one off the glove. That will allow Dubin to take second base. So the runners will now be both in scoring position, second and third, as Biondo has missed the strike zone here pretty wildly these last 4 or 5 pitches. She'll need to settle in and settle down just a bit. Against Tierney, she delivers high and wide for ball 2, 2-0. We saw excellent control in the last game by both pitchers. And there's a big swing and a hack and a miss.
That's a frustration swing.
Yeah.
That's a swing where you know the first couple of batters haven't really gotten a really good pitch to look at. Takes a hack there for 2-1.
That one down low and inside for ball 3. 3-1 now with first base open. Tierney, possibly the recipient of a free pass here. Walks were hard to come by in that 11:30 game for both teams. Biondo in danger of losing her second batter, but that one's ripped into the outfield, dead center field, and that will travel all the way to the warning track and the wall. Tierney is going to be in with a stand-up double, but she's going to leg it out to try and get a triple. The throw not in line. It's a stand-up 2 RBI triple for Quinn Tierney. And Connecticut, the away team in this one, is up 2-0. And that will bring up Kinsley Persico, who has a chance now with Tierney at third base. And she takes a swing and a miss at pitch number 1 in the count. And just like that, 3 batters in. This team from Milford Little League in Connecticut is up by a 2 spot.
Yeah, and there's the opportunity here, Dave, for them to do more in a very short period of time.
And that one is high and wide for ball 1. And they got a masterful pitching performance, did Massachusetts, from Brianna Grant, who's now playing shortstop. Very efficient in that game, allowing the 1 run early. And there's a line shot right over third base, Brazil. And that'll be an RBI single for Persico. And it's 3-0.
Still nobody out here. That's important to note.
Right. And Ali DeSantis will be the new batter, the first baseman, with Persico now at first base. 3-0 is our score. And that one down low above the laces for ball one. Connecticut scored 13 runs last night against this Massachusetts team. Won it a little early in that one after 4 innings, I believe, 13-2. DeSantis sees her first strike in the at-bat here, 1-1. That's another good pitch right at the letters, 1-2. As Biondo starting to find that strike zone.
Yeah, the last 2 pitches had a little drop to them.
That one down and is a one-hopper to Becker. The throw is going to be made to second base, not in time. That will allow Persico to get in scoring position 2 bases away from plating Connecticut's 4th run of the inning. There's still nobody out here. The 2-2, that is down low, and on a bounce it reaches Becker, but the count will run full at 3-2.
And just like yesterday, Persico was taking that very lengthy lead. You know, this Milford team likes to try to force those throws.
That one is high and earning a free pass via the walk. The second one issued by Biondo. DeSantis goes to first. Obviously, Persico hanging steady at second, and it will be Aurora Hinden, the center fielder, wearing number 12 now, stepping into the box. 6th batter here in the order, and that one lands low for ball one. Talk about the first inning and how it sets up shop for the rest of the game. Here's a emphatic statement here for Connecticut with 3 and the potential for more, as that one is on the outside corner for strike 1. Biondo as a one-hopper, and the batters will advance. The throw to third, not in time. Pretty good throw there, but the count will be 2-1, and now first base is open. Runners at second and third, still nobody out. Biondo delivers the 2-1. That's high, as Becker has to get up on her feet to catch that one. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. And that one hits the strike zone, high part of it, to run the count full at 3-2. Another full count offering we are going to see from Biondo. Check Persico back to third base. Persico is at third, DeSantis at second. Another 2 big runs on the base pads here. 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit up the middle of the infield. That will be a base hit. Could run in 2, and they are going to attempt to go home with that one, and they get the 2 runs in. A 2 RBI single for Aurora Hinden, and Connecticut has now opened up a 5-0 lead. And Maddie Thenis will be our batter. The right fielder, as Biondo still struggling to record that first out of the inning, as that one is well high and outside for ball one. We've seen, I think, 3 at-bats now, Joe, where she's gotten full on the batters, but the batters are winning that battle.
Yeah, got to put batters away here, especially in a situation here where it's now 2-0 with nobody out. It's already a 5-0 lead. And again, we saw these 2 teams play yesterday.
Right.
A little more closely contested towards the beginning of the game.
That's correct, as there's a big swing and a miss that time, as Thenis had the green light on 2-0, hitters count. And the 2-1 coming up. After swinging through that one, she swings that one foul down the third base side. A little out ahead of that one. And we mentioned before that there was a lightning delay here in the complex, and that delayed our start. And that one skips in on Thenis, and that will allow Hinden to take second base rather easily. And now another 3-2 count upcoming here for Thenis. But I mentioned the lightning delay because there is rain in the forecast a little bit later. About a 50-50 chance here, about 3:30 in Staten Island. The 3-2 pitch, this time in on Thenis. And handcuffed her a bit, that pitch on the inside, and she will walk over to first. Meanwhile, taking third was Aurora Hinden on the play. So
Yeah, there was a little bit of a
walk.
delay there. I think that she thought she was going to get punched out.
Left fielder number 2, Hannah Whalen.
Works in her favor, though. She walks, runners on the corners. Here, still nobody out.
And we're going to have our first circle visit here as we have 4 hits in this inning already for Connecticut, and they've also been issued 3 walks as well. So Biondo not helping her own cause here, and perhaps we might get something here, a hydration break. But yeah, it's interesting because Biondo has had a full count to 3 or 4 batters in this inning, but every single one of those payoff pitches have been won by Connecticut at the plate, whether it be it the walk or the hits that have happened here. A couple of big shots, too. Nice line drives, but it'll be up to Hannah Whalen here with runners on the corners. No doubt Hinden will probably be in motion, and she will there with that one hitting the backstop, so Hinden able to take second rather easily, and now the runners are at second and third with 1 ball on Hannah Whalen. Biondo with the delivery, and that one swung on and missed by Whalen, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. Biondo looks in. That one is swung on and hit in the hole on the left side. That's another base hit, and 1 run will score. The second one coming around. It is now 7-0 in favor of Connecticut here in the top half of the first inning. A 2 RBI single for Hannah Whalen, and it will plate Aurora Hinden and Maddie Thenis. 9th batter in the order is Mackenzie Monaco now, with a runner at first. Still nobody out here, and that one hits the backstop. The throw will be made to second base, and safe in at second was Whalen.
It was a good throw by the catcher. Right? Yeah, very good throw. Fortunately, it was slightly to the shortstop side of second base. That throw was a little more online. She would have been out.
Yeah, I agree. It's a nice throw. Monaco with a heavy hit down the left field line, and that one goes through the outfield as well. Will go all the way to the wall, and coming in to second is Monaco with an RBI double, and that makes the score 8-0. We'll actually call that an RBI single and an advance on the error in left field. So we'll give that a hit for the visitors and an error for the home team. As Faust looks at that pitch for a strike. Yeah, because that went right through the wickets of the left fielder there. That was Gonzalez who misplayed it. But still an RBI single plus an advance on the error. And that plates Hannah Whalen. First 8 batters have reached home plate. And there's a rip into the left side. And again, misplayed in left field. That will allow Faust to take second as well. It's an RBI single together with an error. And we have got ourselves a 9-0 game.
Now batting, second baseman number 24, Michaela Rodriguez, number 24.
So it's also the bottom of the order that's doing damage for this lineup of Connecticut, and it's the same thing that we saw yesterday. And Michaela Rodriguez to the plate now. She hit 2 ropes to the first base side yesterday. She lets that one go by for her. By her, though, for ball 1.
Yeah, but taking third on it is Mackenzie Faust. So we've probably been able to say their names, and they're just taking hacks here. Michaela Rodriguez is our batter with Faust at third base. There's a rip, a smoker up the middle of the field, and that will go all the way to the warning track and on the base of the wall. And coming around second and landing in at third, standing up, an RBI triple for Michaela Rodriguez. And our score is now 10-0. Biondo's looking at her dugout.
Yeah, she's
there's no relief coming.
A little frustrated.
Yeah. Lily Bennett will be the batter as Connecticut has officially batted around here, and Bennett takes one off the shoes, and she's going to take a free pass over to first base. 12 up and 12 on base. 10 have come around to score, and we are back to the top of the order. Reagan Gill, who singled and scored a run to lead this game off. Takes that one low and inside for ball one. Runners at the corners here as the threat continues. Yep, and Biondo is actually calling to her dugout for some assistance, and I think we're going to have a change here. And it will be Morrissey to come in to pitch. So we'll have our first pitching change here as Emily Morrissey will come into pitch, and it will be Izzy Biondo with a straight switch going right over to first base. And so we'll note the pitching change in my ledger here. And Joe, if you do want to throw it to break, I'll make you a copy of my lineups real quick.
Sounds good. We'll take a short break for 30 seconds, and we'll be right back.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
And we are back here. Have the same official copies now that my broadcast partner Dave Pizzuto has. Thank you, Dave.
No problem.
Milford, Connecticut is officially batted around here in the top half of the first inning. They are up 10-0. Still nobody out, as there was a pitching change made. And you said it was Morrissey who came into the game. So Emily Morrissey.
Straight switch, first
Straight
base.
switch first for the pitcher spot.
And again, as you mentioned, we go back to the top of the order with Reagan Gill. She's the catcher. She singled and scored a run earlier in this inning. First offering from a second. All right, we're back here. Had a little bit of a bounce off the air. But we are back. It's a 2-2 count here coming up to Gill. Runners at second and third. We apologize if there was a little blip in the stream there. We lost contact with the internet for just a moment. Got held up. And there's a bouncer, a two-hopper over to Becker, and the count will now move to 3-2. Full on Gill. First time she's obviously seeing Emily Morrissey in this one. The windup, the delivery is behind Gill, and she will take a free pass over to first base. Runners hold at second and third, but it will load the bases for Sadie Dubin, who walked and scored earlier in this inning as well.
Now batting. Shortstop number 3, Sadie Dubin, number 3.
Morrissey dealing with the left hand here, and that one's well outside. Runners will hold, but first pitch ball into Dubin. Morrissey taking her time there, getting set at the rubber, and now will deal. Well high, and that'll be ball two. Obviously nowhere to put Dubin here, so if she's able to walk for the second time in this inning, she will plate another run. The pitch swung on and missed, high in the zone, strike one. She liked the look of that, high in the strike zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seemed like another slight frustration swing where haven't seen anything. It's like we're going to go after something, try to make something happen.
That one in the same exact spot, but she lays off of it, 3-1. That one hits the low corner of the strike zone for strike two, but meanwhile, the run scores as they advance on the wild pitch. So Michaela Rodriguez, who came in with a triple, scores on the wild pitch. Score is now 11-0, and runners now at second and third, and a full count upcoming to Dubin, and that one's down low for ball four. So back-to-back walks issued by Emily Morrissey. And now runners are on all bases again. Still nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Quinn Tierney, who tripled in 2 runs to start this game off and make the score 2-0, has a chance to clear some bases again here. This time against the relief pitcher Morrissey. The deal, good pitch by Morrissey on that outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is swung on and missed by Tierney, 1-2. Tierney kind of swung down at that one. See if she can level out the bat here. 1-2. Has to be defensive, and she chops that one right back to Morrissey. Morrissey with the force at home, and the tag is applied for insurance purposes, but there is one away, and that elusive first out is made with Bennett at home plate.
Can take a deep breath on the field now with that first out.
Pitcher number 30,
Yep.
Kinsley Persico.
It's be
Number
Kinsley
30.
Persico, the pitcher, who hasn't had a turn yet on the rubber. She had an RBI base hit and scored earlier in this inning. Morrissey delivers, and that's a bouncer past Becker, but no advance here with the bases loaded. It'll be a 2-0 pitch to Persico. And that one is outside, and that will trail outside for ball 3, and we'll get past Becker again. Runners hold. Again, the run rule is if you're up by 15 after 3 plate appearances by the team that's down, the game is called. It's 10 runs after 4. Down low again, and a bases loaded walk issued to Kinsley Persico. And that will score Reagan Gill,
First baseman number 11.
who was the first batter to face Emily Morrissey. And our score is 12-0. And it will be Ali DeSantis, who walked earlier in this inning and also scored. And she chops that one down the first base line, but that is in foul territory. And she starts out 0-1. One big bat after another in this lineup. This is a Connecticut team that knows how to hit the ball.
It's relentless. It does not stop. And again, the middle and the bottom portion of this order also hit, as we saw yesterday. It was very evident. And they go to all fields.
Yeah.
Send some rips down to left side, straight ahead, down the right field line.
That one over the head of Becker. Runners hold, and the count 1-1. And it's one thing to be a good hitting team, but they're also very patient at the plate, too, and very selective with what they choose to swing at, as evidenced by the walks that they've been issued as well. 4 of them in this inning. Another one gets past Becker, but no advance here. DeSantis, one of those 4 walks earned in this inning. There have also been 8 hits in the inning as well. Well high, and that's a drift and gets right back to Becker. 3-1. Again, nowhere to put DeSantis, and if she induces ball 4 here, another run will score, and she'll get herself another RBI. The pitch is high, and that will bring the runner home. So Ali DeSantis, back-to-back walks with the bases loaded, scores Sadie Dubin, who walked earlier in the inning. And now the bat of Aurora Hinden, who had a 2 RBI single earlier in this inning and also came around to score. And that one's up high for a strike, called strike 1. Hits that strike zone. The pitch, and that is fought off and fouled off towards the Massachusetts dugout. And for the first time, really, Emily Morrissey well ahead in the count here, 0-2 on Aurora Hinden. The pitch skied up. Becker has it bounce right back to her here, but that's the first ball, 1-2. Another pitch that is beyond the outstretched glove of Becker, so the count goes even to 2-2. A 2-2 pitch up coming to Hinden. And that one is skipped in outside of the plate, so the count will run full, 3-2. So ahead 0-2.
That selective nature that you were talking about with Connecticut, from 0-2 to 3-2. And again, we're in the middle of the lineup here. Aurora Hinden, the sixth batter.
Yep, very disciplined at the plate. Here we go, 3-2 pitch, and that one skips outside. And another bases-loaded walk, the third in a row, issued by Morrissey. That runs in Quinn Tierney, who scores for the second time in the inning. And now we have Maddie Thenis, who walked her first time up. And a 14-0 game here in the top of the first inning. And I believe we might get another change here, as Morrissey will go back to first base.
Going to be a series of changes over here.
Yeah, we got to see if we can get them all. It looks like Biondo's coming back into pitch. And going into center field was Pacheco. So Pacheco goes to center. Back to pitch is Biondo. Yep, Biondo is re-entered. I believe Kozlowski is playing. Kozlowski left center field. I don't know where she went. She might be playing first base. No, Morrissey went back to first.
Morrissey went back to first. I see Quinn Tierney, 22.
Unless Kozlowski went back into the
dugout.
dugout.
Oh, no, for their 22. Yeah, so Biondo came back into pitch.
Yeah, and let's see. Oh, okay. So Kozlowski is now playing second base.
Okay.
And number 30, Ingalls, has come out of the game, at least for now. Maybe she's going to warm up. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So Ingalls came out from second base so that she can go warm up as a pitcher. So that's what they're doing here. So when we get back to action, there's one out here, and Maddie Thenis is the batter. She walked her first time up and swings and misses at the first offering from Biondo,
who is back in the game in the circle.
And there's another swing and a miss. So Biondo.
She is now quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yep. There's a swing and a high sky ball into center field. It will drop in front of Pacheco, and that will score one run only. It's 15-0 on an RBI single for Maddie Thenis with 2 strikes on her. Persico scores.
The bases will remain loaded here,
sir.
Still one out.
Yeah, DeSantis at third, Hinden at second, Thenis at first. There's still one out here in a 15-run inning. Hannah Whalen had a 2 RBI single earlier in this inning. Fouls that one back. For Morrissey, she only faced 6 batters and walked 5 of them. And that one is behind Whalen, so the count will go to 1-1. That one down low as it just cleared. And there's going to be an automatic out. I think the accelerated run rule is in effect there.
That's what it looks like to me. So we'll clear out everything over here.
Back out.
There was only one out. I think they just accelerated. I don't get it. It's only 15. Hey, Blue.
So again, with the accelerated scenario in play, both teams are changing. Milford, Connecticut is now entering the field. Still trying to figure out. We're having a discussion here amongst the gentlemen here in the press box to my left, as well as my broadcast partner, Dave Pizzuto. So as we currently figure out what is going on, Dave, back on headsets.
Both 2 runners left bags early, and that was the reason for the 2 outs. So it wasn't an umpire.
So it was 1 out per runner who left early?
Correct.
Okay.
So 2 runners left early.
2 runners left early.
All right, we don't have to worry about the break, Joe. We could just continue on.
Yeah, we'll just come straight from here.
Hannah Whalen will be at bat in the 2nd inning. But, yeah, we will see our first turn at the plate from Massachusetts here. Jessie Burkett, Little League, will send up Emily Morrissey, who started at first base, went to pitcher, and is now back at first base. Brianna Grant, the shortstop, and Izzy Biondo, who left that inning as the pitcher of record again in her 2nd stint. It's likely that Kozlowski will pitch the 2nd inning. I would assume she'll get her warm-ups in. And meanwhile, it's Kinsley Persico, who pitched yesterday and was very effective, who will have her turn against this Burkett team for the 2nd time in this tournament. 15 runs on 9 hits, a couple of errors, but really they were more extending bases than anything else. It was the walks that really hurt as well. But again, if this run lead holds up, then it can be as short as a 3-inning game here as Persico deals high.
Well, there is definitely a challenge here for the pitcher.
Got to keep him at 0, right?
Right, because you again, there's a warm-up process before the game, and for Persico, she's on an innings limit here.
Sure.
But again, to not kind of, after warming up, to not start pitching after all of that, well, there's a strike there. But, I mean, she could be wild here. You know, she could be missing locations here.
Yeah, I mean, you like those long innings because they provide a tremendous amount of insurance, but you also grow a little cold out there, although she did have the 2 plate appearances. But she gets Morrissey to offer at that one late in the swing there, so the count will go 1-2. And that one up high, and that'll even the count at 2-2. So the 2-2 count upcoming. And that one is too high, and that will run the count full here to Emily Morrissey. And that one is in there for a call, strike 3. Hit that low inside corner, and a K the other way for Kinsley Persico. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 1st.
Yeah, that's super frustrating. That's a tough pitch. From our vantage point, again, it looks like it could be a borderline pitch, inside, outside, high, low. That's tough to lay off. She laid off it. She got called out.
And it will be Brianna Grant, who pitched a awesome opening game, allowing just a 1 run early in that game in the 1st inning, and then settled down nicely. I believe she had 9 strikeouts in the game. And she'll have a 2-0 pitch to look at here. That one well low for a ball. It'll be 3-0 the count.
And again, Persico coming in, and she pounded the zone yesterday, strike after strike. Over here, the first 2 batters, just a couple of strikes, and there's a 4-pitch walk. So, again, as I was alluding to, Dave, when you have all that time, when you're, again, a part of the offense, and you're not really starting to pitch after your warm-ups, you know, you are going to be a little rusty here. So, Massachusetts is going to have an opportunity here with a runner on first and 1 out.
Yep. Izzy Biondo started at pitcher, moved over to first base in that top of the 1st, but finished as the pitcher in the circle. And now Persico will work ahead in the count. Delivers that one high in the strike zone, but a strike nonetheless. 0-2. But yeah, we said it before in some of the games that got out of hand, Joe, yesterday. Like, there's no such thing as a 15-run home run. So you might as well start small, 1 base runner at a time, start building here, and a 3-pitch strikeout, handcuffing Biondo. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Persico, both looking, and that'll leave it up to the bat of Rose Becker. The catcher had a very busy inning behind the plate for Jessie Burkett, Little League.
I was going to say Persico handcuffed both Morrissey and Biondo.
And that's a ball that was outside and high, so she'll work ahead in the count here. Swing and a miss. Strike one. They will throw towards second base, and that will hold Grant right where she is at first. Good throw.
It's a good idea, though.
A good throw by Gill.
You still have some outs to work with.
Right.
Might as well force them to focus in, hone in, make clean throws.
That one is swung on, and that is hit out of the park and kind of lost vision on it. Might have cleared a fence. Might have cleared a fence.
Well, it definitely cleared the netting and the fence, and it came very close, I think, to hitting a car. The guys to our left have a better viewpoint of that than we do.
Souvenir time for some folks at home who live across the street.
We actually know people who live right in this vicinity, too. A couple of brand new balls coming down from the press box. People on the broadcast should have been able to see that.
Right. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Becker. Handcuffs her. Strikeout looking. She strikes out the side.
Looking
as well.
Handcuffing 3 batters here for Massachusetts to start.
And we are at the end of 1 full inning of play. It's 15-0. Connecticut and Milford Little League on top. Second inning coming up.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We are back here as we get set to start the second inning of play in what has so far been a very one-sided affair as Connecticut, who finished with 2 wins yesterday, seemingly on their way to their third. They are up 15-0. And really, Joe, only recorded 1 out. The last 2 outs were on runners leaving bases early, and usually that's a sign that you've scored enough runs for an inning and will sit the rest of this one out.
That's right. 1 out for runner per each runner.
Right.
That's what we determined.
Yep.
If you're watching the broadcast, you can kind of see all of us hanging out in the windows behind home plate in the press box over here. So that's why they kind of opened the window and created the line of communication. The umpires relayed that to us. So there were 15 runs scored by Connecticut in the first inning. Massachusetts was not able to score on their own as we head here into the top of the second inning.
Yeah, and just a note, as I get alert after alert on my phone about potential rains that are coming in over the next 2 days, be sure to consult the tournament website for the information regarding rain and if that's in the forecast and what will happen with the schedule. We'll also try and relay that via the YouTube links on our channel as well as early as we can. Relay that information, we will. But we are expecting, for those of you who are out of town, we are expecting some rain in the forecast over the next 2 days. We hope it'll hold out, but the percentages are pretty significant at this point, and games can still be played here because of the turf here, and this is obviously gobbles up the rain. And as long as there's a break in the rain, play might happen, but we might get derailed, Joe, because all of our cameras are exposed out there. We're in the press box, at least on this field, but anything going on in the major field, we would probably have to scrap tomorrow, as everything that we operate is outside for that. So that might not happen for us. We can try and do some audio-only stuff tomorrow as well, but, we'll have to figure that out as we go. Just be sure to consult the tournament website and our website as well, pdfsportsnet.com, and our YouTube page, which you're on right now, so that should be easy enough. And we have Kozlowski in to pitch, and this one is fouled off by Monaco. And I'm sorry, this is Ingles pitching. That is, yeah.
Yes, number 30, Ashley Engel. She came. Did she start
That's
the
right.
game at shortstop
No,
today?
at second.
It was
At
at second
second,
today.
yeah.
Okay, she
And
was
then-
at shortstop yesterday. She was at second today, and then she came out of the game.
And that's bunted over to third base to throw to first in time. And a nice job in the infield by Massachusetts, and 1 out is recorded.
Absolutely, that's a nice play, being able to make that, field the play cleanly, and then get the ball to first. And who's over at first now? Is it still Emily Morrissey?
Yeah, it's Morrissey.
It's Morrissey. She went back over there, right? So she was able to extend a little bit, see the ball into the glove. It was a nice extension. So one quick out here, which is what Massachusetts was not able to do in the first inning, but we still got a bunch of outs to work with here for Massachusetts for them to be able to get back into this game. And we have a...
Well, the plate umpire was having a discussion in the dugout with some of the folks from Massachusetts side. Perhaps a discussion there, but this will bring up Mackenzie Monaco. Monaco had an RBI single and scored in the first. She bunts. It is fielded, and the throw to first is not in time, as could not get scooped up by Morrissey on the throw.
I know what you're thinking. I would score it a hit.
Go ahead, score it a hit.
I would score it a hit.
Don't threaten me with a good time. That one is swung on through the bunt and missed by Mackenzie Faust. Faust with a single and scored in the first. There's a strike on the bunt attempt as well, so quickly 0-2.
I was going to say, the first couple of batters here that we've seen for Connecticut in the top half of the second inning, they're all showing bunt.
Yeah, well, they're all trying to get on and or allow for some outs to be recorded here, I think. This is just a sportsmanship in these teams. Trying to get in and out as quickly as possible. Again, remember, rain is in the forecast and coming, at least on the radar.
I think we should be good for the time being.
And there's a strike on Rodriguez.
So on the pass ball there, it is, who's out there?
Monaco.
It's Monaco who advanced to second base.
Rodriguez with 2 out. Once again, squares to bunt, lays it down successfully, fielded by Ingles. The throw to first is in time. Is it? Yes.
I believe it was. Yes, it was. Now, we had it right over here.
They didn't react to it that quickly. But that'll do it. Not quite 1, 2, 3, but Connecticut is retired in the top half of the second with the score remaining 15-0, and Massachusetts coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Stay with us.
The Staten Island Fairy Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship, because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Fairy Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
We are back here as we get ready for the bottom half of the second inning in a game dominated so far by Connecticut. They scored 15 runs on 9 hits in the first inning of this one. And they are looking to retire this Massachusetts team without giving up a run. And if they can do that in the next 2 innings, they'll end this one early after 3 with the run rule in effect and activated at this point. Persico only faced 4 batters in the bottom half of the first inning. She allowed a walk to Grant, but otherwise struck out the side, all looking in that inning. And we will get batters 5, 6, and 7 here. Kaylee Brazil, Ashley Ingalls, and Madeline Morrissey.
Number 13, Kaylee
Brazil. Yeah. We were saying Brazil yesterday, like Donna Brazil, right.
Yeah, but we got correct pronunciations from the
Listen,
coaching
we
staff.
weren't far off.
No. And there's a strike on the outside corner, so quickly ahead here is Kinsley Persico. And that one is inside and low for ball 1, 1-1. Another pitch low and inside that will miss for ball 2, 2-1. Game like this, it's also a chance for Persico to work on her stuff a little bit, Joe, and get a little crafty there as she delivers dead red for strike 2.
Absolutely, and I mean, she hasn't been quite automatic. She's had a couple of blemishes between yesterday and today. But for the most part, she has been so highly efficient and one of the best pitchers that we've seen here. As she gets another called strike 3 here. So 4 outs for Massachusetts, 4 strikeouts, all looking this time.
Yeah, handcuffing those batters and that bat not moving shows you indication of the velocity. Engel started the game at second base. She's now pitching, and she's the next batter. And that's a swing and a miss, high in the strike zone for strike 1, 0-1. Oh and 1 the count here on Ingles, and that is high in the strike zone for a call strike 2.
Yeah, these Massachusetts hitters are getting fooled on that pitch that's a little bit high, a little bit away. But good enough to hit the corner of the plate.
Right.
The count goes to 1-2.
And we should mention, if this score holds, and obviously we believe it probably will, then that would mean that the team from Connecticut, Milford Little League, will lock up the number 1 seed. And there's another one, Joe. Kay looking, 5th for Persico, and the 4th one in a row. But
I was going to say, I think that one was a little debatable. I think the first 4 that we saw were relatively close by, but that, again, from our view, it looks a little bit high. But who are we to argue and debate the home plate umpire who is down there and we're up here?
Yeah. Well, sometimes, that looked good, right at the belt.
Right.
Just got another replay on the live stream, but there's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
And it's deceptive because what we think is, a little lower is actually a little higher and vice versa.
Right. I agree with you. That one is a little low and misses inside for ball 1, 1-2. But again, if the score holds, Connecticut will lock up the number 1 seed, and they will have kind of like a bye when the 2 and 3 seeds play each other for the rights to play them for the New England Championship. And down on strikes looking, she strikes out the side, this time in order. 6th K for Persico, and we move into the 3rd. It's 15-0 Connecticut. Stay with us. You're watching coverage of the 10U Eastern Regional Championship Tournament on the PDF Sports Network.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
Right, because there's no if game. There we go. We are back here live and getting ready for the 3rd inning of play before Jesse Burkett, Little League, and Massachusetts gets their final turn to try and dig into this lead. Connecticut will have an attempt anyway to try and build on it against Ingles, the pitcher of record now. Ashley Ingles, the 3rd pitcher being used in this game for Massachusetts.
During that brief break, we were discussing some potential scheduling and timing changes for tomorrow morning specifically.
Right, 8:30. We believe that the games will start, instead of 9 o'clock, they will start at 8:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
Just try to beat the rain out.
Right.
And when they're coming, there'll be 2 other games at 10:45 and then only 1 game at 1. But we'll take a look and break it all down a little bit later. As soon as this game is over, we'll sit down with the crew here as we have a strike issued on Lily Bennett. Bennett was hit by a pitch.
That could change because there was rain in the forecast for today. It could be hit or miss. Tuesday and Wednesday were the days when we were doing the long-term forecasting that gave us the greatest chance of rain. And for Tuesday, we don't know if it's going to come in the morning. We don't know if it's going to come in the middle, late afternoon.
Right. There's the bunt, laid down successfully. Ingles with the throw. It is safe at first base. That'll be an infield hit for Lily Bennett, who was hit by a pitch earlier in the game and now adds a bunt single. And Reagan Gill will be up. Gill has reached base successfully 2 out of 2 times. She singled and walked. Runner does not leave early this time, but the bunt laid down. The throw over to first is in time. Sacrifice successful. That moves over Bennett from third, and trying to leg it out into third safely is Bennett. And now Bennett is at third base with Sadie Dubin.
Shortstop number 3, Sadie Dubin.
Dubin has been up twice. She's walked twice. She has scored twice.
Trying to manufacture runs the old-fashioned way.
Right. This is essentially the meaning of small ball right here. This is what the definition in the dictionary is. 1-0 the count. Bunt is popped up, a chance to field it, and done well by Becker as she records the out.
Very nice.
Second one.
Got to the good camera cut, right?
Yeah,
The ball
nice.
fell into the glove. That's what you want.
Yep. P2 on the bunt, and Quinn Tierney is our batter. Tierney 1 for 2. She tripled and then hit into a fielder's choice. And a play that was made at the plate. And the bunt is missed on that one, so the count is 0-1. And that one laid down first base side. It has enough juice on it so that Morrissey can field it herself, step on the bag, and Connecticut is retired in the top of the first inning. So we will move to the bottom of the third, and Jesse Burkett Little League will have 3 outs to try and muster a run across to keep this game alive. It's 15-0 at the end of 2.5. Stay with us.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Maybe I'll bring that tent. Yep. Well, planning our day tomorrow in the rain show on the air, but that's all good. We are into the bottom of the third inning here, and it's pretty simple at this point. And Massachusetts will have to scratch out a run to stay alive in this game. And if they cannot, then this game will be called after 3 innings due to the run rule. And they'll try and do it with the 8, 9, and 10 hitters, Madeline Kozlowski, Clara Leahy, and Adriana Gonzalez. Only one blemish for Kinsley Persico, and that was a walk that was issued to Brianna Grant. Other than that, 6 strikeouts, all looking against this team from Massachusetts. What a game we had the first game, a 2-1 game, fast-moving game, pitcher's duel. But this one, not so much, as Connecticut continues to roll. Connecticut only won 2-0 against a team that obviously Massachusetts beat to get here. And it'll be Massachusetts going up against Vermont for the rights to play Connecticut if the score holds again, as that first pitch is dealt to strike, 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So quickly 0-2 behind is Kozlowski. Started the game at center field, has since moved over to second base. The pitch, swung on and hit sharply towards second base, fielded well by Rodriguez. The throw to DeSantis is in time, and there's 1 out. First play in the field that had to be made by Connecticut.
I was going to make that point if you didn't.
Clara Leahy with 1 out. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. And I believe Kinsley Persico has been given specific orders, Joe. You are to throw strikes.
Well, she's done a really good job of doing that for 2 straight days.
Missed it that time.
Yeah, she let Leahy off the hook there. That pitch that bounced before the box.
That one lands inside and low for ball 2, 2-1. And there's another one inside, 3-1. And again, you don't want to forecast too far ahead, Joe, but you'd like to think that this Connecticut team is a favorite now, obviously extending to 3-0 as that delivery of a strike. But, you know, if they do make it to the East Region Championship game against one of the Mid-Atlantic teams, we have to start forecasting that as well. And determining, you know, who's pitching in that game, obviously, and how they utilize their pitchers for those 2 games, the New England Championship and then turning around and playing in the East Region Championship. A lot of juggling that'll have to be done management-wise by both sides, the Mid-Atlantic side as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, as this week goes on, I feel like I've seen most of the teams here. I think there was maybe one that I didn't have the opportunity to see in the 2 days here. But I had the chance to call the Pennsylvania and New York game before on the major field with John McCooch. A big shout out to him, huge help. Pennsylvania won that game 8-3. So it was Pennsylvania who moved to 3-0 in the Mid-Atlantic pool. Great Kills represents here the New York team here. They moved to 2-1. New Jersey was 2-1. So those are the teams that you're looking at here for the Mid-Atlantic. Will they be able to challenge here Connecticut? Presumably, if Connecticut continues to play the way that they are, and they have a couple of pitchers that we've seen, you know, those are the 3 teams that I think for anybody who hasn't watched them yet, keep them on the radar for looking at the Mid-Atlantic New England.
Well, we don't want
storyline.
We don't want to assume, Joe, but let's just say this game ends 15-0. Then Connecticut, going into the playoff round, would have outscored the 3 opponents 30-2 in these last 3 games to get to the New England Championship or in that playoff game. But the count is 1-2 now on Gonzalez, with Leahy having earned the bases on balls and is at first base. Here's the pitch, and that one inside for ball 2, 2-2. Two and two. That one skips in, and the runner Leahy will go from first to second, and the count will run full on Abriana Gonzalez.
So from 0-2 to 3-2, with the runner on first, now on second. The best at-bat that we've seen from Massachusetts here in the game up to this point for Abriana Gonzalez.
And she gets punched out and handcuffed on that one, though. Strikeout looking again, and down to their final out. It will be up to the bat of Flora Pacheco to keep this game alive.
It's again another tough pitch to look at, and for the Massachusetts batters, they've looked at 2 or 3 of those.
That's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
It's hard to do that when a girl on the mound like Pacheco looks so mechanical.
Right. And having not even seen her yet, this is the first go-around in the order still. That one is fouled off. Caught up to that one a little bit late, but the count 0-2 now as Pacheco is in the hole. One of 2 extra hitters in the lineup. We'll see if she can be a hitter here with 2 strikes against her. Kinsley Persico delivers, and that one's fouled off. Staying alive is Pacheco.
Second time we've done that today. John and I were singing before. We're having a good time.
You have to use the falsetto voice for that.
That's right.
Swing and getting a piece was Pacheco, fouling another one off.
Doing a little dance?
Yeah, maybe they're singing.
I was going to say, I think they can hear us up here.
Leading the charge. Here we go. 0-2 again for the 3rd straight time. The delivery, check swing. Did she go? I don't believe she did. Didn't get the official signal, but she did. Yes, she did.
Yep.
So, 8 strikeouts for Persico. Essentially a 3-inning no-hitter, if you will. And our final score is 15-0. So this one ends early for us. And Connecticut, in dominating fashion, like they did yesterday by scores of 13-2 and 2-0. They record another shutout here as part of New England play and they've punched their ticket as the #1 seed in the New England region. We'll have a date in the championship game against the winner of the 2-3 game between Massachusetts and Vermont. And so that stage is set playoff-wise for Tuesday and Wednesday. But, yeah, Joe, final thoughts on the quality of this Connecticut team here. 3 up and 3 wins.
Yeah, I was going to say there wasn't a hit in that last thing for Massachusetts, was there? So they ended up getting no hit over the course of the 3 innings. But again, only 3 innings. Another sharp effort for Connecticut. 2 lopsided scores we've seen from them over the course of 2 days here with you and I doing the broadcast together. Final thoughts as it relates to the point that we were talking about before. I've had the opportunity to watch a majority of the Mid-Atlantic teams in the upper portion of the pool. That includes Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey, a 3-0 team and 2 2-1 teams. So again, as the week goes on, and we're about halfway home already, if Connecticut continues the way that they've been playing, and the New England side of things is double elimination. So the bracket is a little bit different with less teams and that wrinkle added. But those are the 3 teams that we'll be focusing on, who may be matched up against this Connecticut team that we just saw here as the week goes on.
Absolutely. 13 games in the books. There are only 8 that remain, and the remaining 8 are all single elimination playoff games. The magnitude gets a lot bigger from here, and those games will take place tomorrow and Wednesday. Of course, be sure to consult the tournament website for all the changes that may be made in light of the weather that is approaching the Northeast area here. We will also do our best via the YouTube links to update our graphics and update all the info so that you know when the games will be played. Right now, this is unofficial, but we're looking at perhaps an earlier start tomorrow, possibly as early as 8:30 instead of 9, trying to beat the rains that are coming in. But again, that is not official. We will have all of that information at a later time. But for Joe Calabrese, for Alex Paramitas before him, for Joe's partner, John McCooch, for everybody here at Great Kills Little League, and for myself, David Pizzuto, I want to thank all of you for tuning in during these first 3 days of competition. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the conclusion and the playoff rounds of the Mid-Atlantic and the New England regions, culminating in an East Regional Championship. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow on the PDF Sports Network.